Hey guys, I'm looking at number 10 in section 7.7 with you. It's an improper integral from 0 to 1 of the natural log of 11x with respect to x. And you can quickly see why it's an improper integral because the function on the inside of the integral does not exist at the lower limit of integration. If you tried to plug in a 0, the natural log of 0 is undefined. But we say that's okay in this problem because we know that we're just simply finding the area between 0 and 1. It doesn't matter that the function doesn't exist at 0. So in order to show that, we can say, well, this is the same thing as the limit as a is approaching 0 from the right of the proper now integral from a to 1 of the natural log of 11x with respect to x. That's at that point, as soon as you see the natural log in there, we know it's going to be the integration by parts. So we let u equal the natural log of 11x, dv equal the other part, which is just dx. The derivative of any logarithm is 1 over what's inside the logarithm times the derivative of what's inside the logarithm. So notice you just get 11 over 11x with respect to x. That's just going to cancel out and simplify to 1 over x dx. So the derivative of our log just ends up being 1 over x dx. Of course, the integral of 1 with respect to x is x. So now I come back and I can say my original integral is equal to my limit as a approaches 0 from the right of the expression. Now, I already know I keep wanting to say partial fractions. Integration by parts is equal to u times v. So I can say x natural log of x minus the integral of v du minus the integral of v du. X times 1 over x just gives me 1 with respect to x. And of course, we know that the integral of 1 with respect to x is just x. Now, we're supposed to evaluate this integral answer between a and 1, where a is a number approaching 0 from the right. So now as I do that, when I plug a 1 in, I'll just get 1 natural log of 11 minus 1. That's where this comes from. When we subtract the lower limit, you can say, well, if a is going to 0, 0 times that natural log just makes that whole term 0. And of course, I have minus x, which is going to be a, which is a number approaching 0. So that's a 0. So the whole lower limit is just a 0. My final answer is just going to be the natural log of 11 minus 1. Now, if I check that with what achieve is a 1, let's see. I'd say it's the natural log of 11 and then minus 1. I'll check that, and it better say I'm right, and it does. Okay, hope this helps clarify question 10 in section 7.7. Let me know if you have any other questions. Be glad to help.